Hey, good evening. What's up to all you wrestling fans on YouTube? I'm the Godfather of Soul, Justin Lewis Fleming. It's 6:03 right now, where I am right now in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm here to give you my wrestling history, wrestling pop culture, wrestling history, wrestling birthdays, pop culture, and sports for today, Sunday, Sunday, June 5th, 2022. Let's go with some wrestling birthdays today. And I'm. Oh, by the way, I'm about in a few minutes, in a few minute out, in a few hours later on tonight, I'm gonna do a Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Shell rant, 2020, Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Cell, 2022 rant, or I should call it Hell in a Shell, 2022, because this is gonna be a terrible pay-per-view. So I'm gonna do that in a few hours and minutes after the event is over tonight on pay-per-view in the WWE Network. So let's get off with some wrestling birthdays today. We're in pop culture, wrestling history, and sports for today. Here goes. Today is a happy. Hold on 1 second. Today's a happy 21st birthday to German wrestler Vivienne, female wrestler, German wrestler. And today is a happy. Today is also a happy 25th birthday to Priscilla Lee Kelly, American pro wrestler, currently signed to WWE, where she performs on NXT brand under the ring name Gigi Dolan, and was one half of the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions with Jacy Jayne in her record time second reign. Yeah, and last night she competed, and recently she competed last night, um, and defending the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship titles with her tag team partner Jacy last night at NXT Takeover in Your House against what's their names? Yeah, that's it. Kate Quintana Chase and Carter. That's right. And about Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly, LK Gigi Dolan. Before signing with WWE, Kelly previously had been signed to MLW. She is not best known for her appearances in Shine Wrestling, where she is a former Nova champion. Let's see. Now today is either a happy 31st or 30th birthday to Noah Gregor Kyoka Hale Peng Pote, Jason pronounced that, who's best known for his ring name under the ring name Kona Reeves on their NXT brand WWE. Today's a happy 30th birthday to Japanese wrestler Kiyosuke Okuda, and today is also a happy 32nd birthday to Principe Halcon, Mexican wrestler. Today also would have been a happy 37th birthday to Paul Mason, Bruno's Ring, and Chip Douglas. No reference to the Jim Carrey film, Kid Cable Guy, and to TV show My Three Sons. He died on August 15, 2003. Place is unknown. Place of death is unknown. Okay, and today is also a happy 30, 38th birthday to Alexandra Ford, Australian pro wrestler, better known by her ring name Madison Eagles. She has wrestled internationally in Australia, United States, Canada, and Japan, and is a former two-time Shimmer champion. She was ranked by Pro Wrestling Illustrated as #1 female wrestler in the Pro PWI Female 50 in 2011. As of 2021, she is the only woman to win the award without wrestling for WWE or Impact TNA Impact Wrestling. And today is also today's also a happy 41st birthday to Greg Anthony, American pro wrestler, booker, columnist, and wrestling historian. He has wrestled for the NWA as well as former WWE Developmental Territory and Memphis Championship Wrestling. And today's also a happy 50th birthday to Mike Bucci, best known for his appearances in ECW as Nova, Supernova, Hollywood Nova, and World Wrestling Entertainment as Simon Dean. Today is also a happy 51st birthday to Glenn Osborne, American pro wrestler, perhaps known for his appearances with ECW in the early 1990s, where he's a second youngest holder of the promotion's World TV Championship. Since 1990, he was wrestler for the East Coast Independent Circuit. Today's a happy 52nd birthday to Chaos from unknown place in Florida. And today would have been the Today also would have been the happy 1 second. Happy 62nd birthday to Manuel Cota Sato, Mexican luchador, pro wrestler, best known in the ring name Moco Cota, or Moco, which is Spanish for mutilated. And and God rest his soul. And today is also a happy 71st birthday to American pro wrestler. He was primarily known as a jobber in the late 1980s in WCW. He used the name Randy Hogan, similar to hairstyle and iconic mustache as Hulk Hogan did. Later, Mule worked for the WWF, which is now WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, as a early 90s jobber. He shaved off the distinctive handlebar mustache and worked under the name Scott Colton. And today is also a happy 78th birthday to Richard Ferrara, Bernard's Renee Igor Putski. He's a French wrestler. And today also would have been a happy 90th birthday to Danny Miller, American pro wrestler. Dan Miller was the real life of brother Bill Miller, who he formed a tag team. Ed Miller was only a kayfabe brother. And today also would have been a happy 95th birthday to William M. Miller. He was a one-time AWA world champion. Also wrestled in NWA World Wrestling Association in Indianapolis, where I am right now, Indianapolis, and the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, which is now WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Yeah, he was known as Mr. M, Mr. M, Bill Miller in NWA. Yeah. And he died on March 24th, 1997. He suffered a heart attack after working out at the Wiener Neck Athletic Club on the Columbus East Side. This was just a few miles west where Al Schaff had staged his wrestling bouts in Reynoldsburg many years before. And today is also a happy 38th birthday to Saurav Gurjar. Is an Indian pro wrestler currently signed to WWE as a currently signed to WWE on the developmental NXT brand under the ring name of Sanga. Okay? Now, let's go with some wrestling. Those are the wrestling birthdays. Now let's go to some wrestling history. Shall we? Today's wrestling history for June the 5th. On this day in 1932 in New York City, New York, Eric Stringer Lewis defeated Fritz Clay. On this day in 1962 in Dallas, Texas, billed as a Parade of Champions card, NWA World Heavyweight Champion Buddy Roberts beat John Paul Henning UTC under Total Contest. I think that's what it stands. I check what that stands for, UTC. Jerry Kozak beat Salento Rodriguez to win the Texas Junior Heavyweight title. Bull Curry and Sigler Art Thomas beat Texas Tag Team Champions Jack and Jim Dalton by DQ. Texas Heavyweight Champion The Mummy beat Killer Joe Christie. On this day, 1962, in Long Island City, New York, and Shohei Baba and Carl Von Hess defeated Bobby Darnell and Mark Lewin. On this day, in 1962, promoted Capital Wrestling Corporation, promoted by Joe Smith in Bridgeport, Connecticut, on TV at the City Arena. The Kangaroos, Al Costello and Roy Heffernan fought Bobo Brazil and Tony Mondusis in a no contest. Johnny Baran defeated Pete Johnson. Johnny Valentine defeated Captain Lou Albino. Golden Taro defeated Arnold Skolin. Tony Manusis defeated Frank Morgan. Bobo Brazil defeated Tony Atamore. And the Fabulous Kangaroos, Al Costello and Roy Heffernan defeated Paul Jones and Carlo Milano. On this day in 1972, run by the Worldwide Wrestling Federation at WWE World's Wrestlers Entertainment in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Little Palstra and Little Palstra is a stadium called Little Palstra. Thomas Marine fought Juan Caruso to a draw. Blue Demon defeated Al Nelson. Jimmy Valiant defeated Tony Casillas. And WWWF/WWE Tag Team Champion Chief Jay Strongbow defeated Nikita Molchovich. And WWF/WWE Champion Pedro Morales defeated Professor Toru Tanaka via disqualification. On this day in 1972 in Fort Worth, Texas, run by the World Class Championship Wrestling, Spoiler beat Billy Ray Lyons. Stan Stasiak beat Jose Loferio by COR. Fritz Von Erich beat Musta Fuji. Frankie Monte and Mr. York beat Dean Ho and Tommy Ziegler. Pedro Godoy beat Pachi Gringo. On this day in 1982 in Fort Worth, Illinois, formed by the AWA at Boylan High School, Jerry Blackwell and Sheik Adnan defeated Hulk Hogan and Baron Von Rasch. Rick DeMar and Martel defeated Bobby the Brain Heenan. Ken Patera defeated Rick Brad Rangans. Bugs and Holmes defeated Sergeant Jack Goulet. On this day in 1982, on WWF Championship Wrestling hosted by the piece of shit Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson, Bob Orton Jr. pinned Barry Hart at the 6-minute mark with a suplex. Buddy Rose with Grand Wizard defeated Steve King. The Backbreaker Rose was escorted by his two Playgirl girls, who were sensational Sherry Martel and Penny Mitchell. This was Rose's debut. Women's champion Fabulous Moolah defeated Jody Martin at 2:15 the splash after Martin missed his leg drop. Tony Atlas defeated Mark Rivera at 3:15 with a gorilla press slam and a splash. Jimmy Superfly Snuka with Captain Lou Albino defeated Charlie Brown at 2:15 with a splash off the top rope. After about Snuka was flipped over the stretcher that Brown was carried out on. The Strombo brothers defeated Frank Williams and Charlie Fulton at 7:35 when Williams submitted to Jewel Sleeper. And Blackjack Mulligan with Classic Freddie Blasted, God vs. Soul defeated Miguel Feliciano with a claw at 2:45. On this day, 1982, on WWF All-Star Wrestling, hosted by the piece of shit Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson, Ivan Putski defeated Tony Khan at 3:01 with a Polish hammer. Jimmy Superfly Snuka with Captain Lou Albino defeated Vic Taylor at 2:11 with a diving headbutt off the top. Buddy Rose with the Grand Wizard pinned Jeff Craney at 2:33, where Rose was scored by his two playgirls, who were Sensational Sherry Martel and Judy Martin. Women's champion Fabulous Moolah defeated Penny Mitchell, and Bob Orton Jr. with the Grand Wizard defeated Charlie Fulton at 5:07 with the suplex. Tony Atlas defeated Rocky Smith at 5:36 with a Gorilla Press Slam and Splash. And the Strongbow brothers defeated Mike Rivera and Charlie Fulton at 7:31. Rivera submitted to the Jewel Sleeper. And Blackjack Mulligan with Freddie Blassie defeated Bob Bradley with a claw at 33:25. On this day in 1982, in the World Class Championship Wrestling, hosted by Mark Lawrence, let's see. Wild Bill Irwin versus Bob Bill Irwin defeated Tom Boogaloo Shaft. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I think. Yeah, I think. Jim. Yeah, I think. The great. I think. Kim Duck and Kim Mattel defeated the Great Kabuki and Dragon. I think. Yeah. Oh wait. It was a double. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, the Great Kabuki and the Dragon, Magic Dragon with Gary Hart fought Kim Duck and Kim Mattel to a double in a no DQ. The match was a no DQ. No one won. It was a no DQ. Both men were disqualified. Both tag teams were disqualified. Then, Jose Lothario fought Captain Frank Dusek to a double countout, and NWA American Champion King Kong Bundy with Amar Singh. Kevin Von Erich defeated NWA American Champion King Kong Bundy, and on this day in 1982 on Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling, on this show, Mike Simfer returns alongside Ramon Ramirez to take a look at a mid-side, take a look at Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Yeah, from June 5th, 1982. This episode of Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling, featuring the preparable battle between the Booking Boogeyman and Ivan Koloff, makes its way to the airways of Mid Atlantic TV. The Magnificent Don Muraco's evolution into magnificence at the expense of his tag team partner Rahul McDaniel is almost complete. Two good tag team matches, including a return bout for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship, a return at the heel interview spectacle. Superfecta, I mean. On this day in 1982, on Georgia Championship Wrestling on TV, Brad Armstrong beat Johnny King, Dr. X, the known as Don Morocco, and Mr. Don Morocco beat Alan Torpello, Paul Orndorff, late Paul Orndorff beat Pete Martin, Mass Superstar beat Ken Hall, the Samoans beat Tom Pritchard and David Jones. On this day in 1982, over 4,500 were in attendance in Springfield, Massachusetts Civic Center, promoted World Wrestling Federation, now WWE. Johnny Rods defeated Lawrence Sochi. Bob Orton Jr. pinned Tony Garea. Tony Atlas pinned Greg Valentine. Steve Travis fought Sway Henson to a double disqualification. The Strongbow brothers defeated WWE Tag Team Champions Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito in the best 2 out of 3 falls match 2-1. Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales defeated Blackjack Mulligan via disqualification when Mulligan attacked guest referees Special Delivery Jones. Ivan Putski defeated Adorable Adrian Adonis, and Andre Giant defeated Jesse the Body Ventura. On this day in 1982, promoted the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE World Wrestling Entertainment in New York City, New York, in the Madison Square Garden, televised on the MSG Network and the USA Network, featured a piece of shit Vince McMahon on commentary. Jose Estrada defeated Lawrence Sochi at 10:28 to flying elbow. Ivan Putski defeated WWE Tag Team Champion Mr. Saito at 8:37 with a Polish Hammer. Tony Atlas fought Greg Valentine to a double countout at 8:24 when both men were brawling on the floor. Prior to the bout, the Grand Wizard escorted Valentine to the ring. Bob Orton Jr. defeated Steve Travis at 9:42 with a superplex. Prior to the bout, the Grand Wizard escorted Orton out to the ring. Tony Garea defeated Sway Henson via disqualification at 7:33 after Henson ignored the referee's 5 count and kept beating on Garea in a corner where he had hung him upside down. Jimmy Snuka defeated WWE Champion Bob Backlund in the Arms Corner via countout at 23:53 after Snuka beat Backlund on the floor and ran Backlund's head into a chair. Prior to the back, Captain Lou Albano scored Snuka to the ring. After about bloody, Backlund attacked Snuka and eventually cleared him from the ring. Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales defeated WWE Tag Team Champion Mr. Fuji at 55:39 with a sunset flip from the corner, out of the corner. And the Strongbow brothers defeated Jesse the Body Ventura and Adrian Adonis at 11:19 when Jay pinned Adonis with a Fez press even through Adonis had his foot on the middle ropes during the cover. Rick McGraw defeated Charlie Fulton at 2:21 with a small package. Women's Champion the Fabulous Moolah and Sensational Fairy defeated Judy Martin and Penny Mitchell at 3:30 when Moolah pinned Martin with a roll-up. Andre the Giant fought Blackjack Mulligan to a double countout 9:34 when both men were brawling out on the floor and Mulligan applied the claw hold. Prior to the bout, Freddie Blassie escorted Mulligan to the ring. After about bloody Andre attacked Mulligan threw the several chairs into the ring and scared Mulligan off. On this day in 1992, at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, Illinois, promoted the World Wrestling Federation and WWE World Wrestling Entertainment, over 2,500 in attendance. Kerry Von Erich pinned Barry Horowitz, so for Kurt Mustafa, who we know as Iron Sheik, with a tornado punch at 9:03. Repo Man defeated Hacksaw Jim Duggan at 6:30 after hitting him with a steel hook on his rope. The Native American Tatanka defeated Markel via disqualification at 15 minutes when Martel hit him with an arrogance container. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Papa Shango via disqualification after about 4 minutes when Shango used his fiddlestick as a weapon. Crush defeated Skinner with the head vice at 7:03. The Canadian Earthquake defeated WWE Champion IRS with an elbow drop at 7:03. And Intercontinental Champion Bret the Hitman Hart defeated Shawn Michaels with a roll-up after about 15 minutes when Michaels collided with Sensational Sherry on the apron. On this day in 1992, at the Civic Center, promoted by the World Wrestling Federation on WWE World Wrestling Entertainment, Jim Powers defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. The Native American Tatanka defeated, El Matador Tito Santana defeated Kato. The Mountie defeated Sergeant Slaughter via countout. And WWE Champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Ric Flair via disqualification. Nails defeated Virgil. The Undertaker defeated Berserker. Huss. And the Legion of Doom defeated the Beverly Brothers, the Road Warriors. And on this day in 1992, promoted by Smoky Mountain Wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee, at the Civic Coliseum. Knoxville, Tennessee, at the Civic Coliseum, promoted by Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Dixie Dynamite defeated Dutch Mantel. The Dirty White Boy defeated Joey Maggs. Robert Gibson defeated Killer Kyle. Buddy Landell defeated Tim Horner. And Stan Lane defeated Tom Pritchard and Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard, brother of the piece of shit Bruce Pritchard, defeated Johnny and Davey Rich. And Smoky Mountain heavyweight champion Brian Lee defeated Paul Orndorff via disqualification. And tragic, and 1 year ago, I believe 1 year ago, let's see, 1 year ago today, I believe. It was 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today, we lost a wrestler. I believe, yeah, we lost a wrestler 1 year ago today. So we lost someone today, 1 year ago. Yeah, 1 year ago today, we lost. He's a Mexican wrestler. His name is Hector Perez Gonzalez, better known by his real name, Angelo Di Mino. He died of the COVID-19. Date was June 5th, 2021. He died 1 year ago today. And may God rest his soul. He was a really good wrestler. Very good Mexican wrestler, I bet you. Now let's go to some pop culture and sports today. On this day, on this day in 1992, sports 1992. Let's go to some sports. On this day in 1992, Game 2 1992 NBA Finals continue on part of the NBA NBC's the NBA part of the NBA on NBC's coverage of the 1992 NBA Finals. It aired at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBC. It took place at the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. And with the Blackhawks on Game 2, with the Blackhawks playing for the Stanley Cup, when the Bulls reached the finals, Game 2 would have had conflict with Game 6 of the Blackhawks series, as both teams would have played on the same day at Chicago Stadium. However, the Blackhawks series ended in 4 games, so no rescheduling was needed. Portland built an 8-point lead in the first quarter and held a 9-point lead in the first half. However, as in Game 1, their lead started to disappear as the Bulls made their run. Jordan would score 14 points, while Paxton would score 9 points. Taking a 7-point lead by the end of the third quarter, Chicago was looking to take a dominant 2-0 lead in the series, when Clyde Drexler was fouled out with 4:36 remaining. The Bulls up by 10. Jordan started to lose his pose, committing a foul, then a technical foul. This will help Portland build a 15-5 run, pushing the game into overtime after Jordan narrowly missed at the buzzer. In overtime, Portland dominated, especially Ainge, who scored 6 points with a minute remaining as the Blazers won 115-104, the Bulls' worst home defeat in an NBA Finals game. Now, let's see. Now on this day in now let's go to another piece of sports history from on this day, 2002, June the 5th. Game 1 of the 2002 NBA Finals began on NBC at the Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Jersey Nets, which is now called the Brooklyn Nets. In game, it aired at 6 p.m. on NBC, prior to the coverage of the 2002 NBA Finals, prior to coverage of the NBA on NBC. Yeah, NBA on NBC prior to continued coverage of the beginning of the coverage of the 2002 NBA Finals. In Game 1, at the Los Angeles Staples Center sold out for the inaugural game of the 2002 NBA Finals, with nearly 19,000 on hand. The Nets trotted out a lineup of Kidd, Kittles, Martin, Van Horn, and McCulloch to hold up against the two-time defending and heavily favored champions. Lakers brought out Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Shaquille O'Neal, Robert Horry, and Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, who drew the assignment of guarding Kidd. New Jersey head coach Brian Scott, a member of the Showtime Lakers, received a standing ovation. Taking advantage of a late arrival to the arena by New Jersey, LA dominated the first 7 minutes of the play with a score of 42-19 score. By the 16:41 mark in the second quarter, from that point on, the Nets went on to a 16-7 run to close the lead to a respectable 12. They had no answer for O'Neal, however, who had bullied McCauley into 16 points and 6 rebounds by halftime. The Nets outscored the Lakers in the third, but stood steadfast as Bryant scored 11 of his 22 in the third. In New Jersey battled back, coming as close as three several times in the final quarter, desperate to take the lead. They utilized the hack a Shaq strategy midway in the fourth. It backfired as O'Neal was 5-8 from the free throw line and had 16 points and 9 rebounds in the period alone. New Jersey, doomed by their late start and poor shooting, the Nates, who shot 45% from the field and 74% on the free throws, were 39% and 57% respectively. Kidd finished a triple double to 26 in finals history, and the first since Charles Barkley's in the 1993 series. And Lucius Harris from Sports Illustrated said, "You can't dig a hole, get down by 19 or 20 points, and expect to win. We just dug ourselves a hole against the champions." Okay, let's see. Now we are done the sports. Now let's go with some pulp culture. On this day, 1992, a TLC, the R&B group TLC released a single called "Baby, Baby, Baby," and 2 movies were released in theaters nationwide. Patriot Games, starring Harrison Ford, and Class Act, starring Kid and Play, hip hop duo Kid and Play. I love those movies. I love Kid and Play during my childhood. Love their music. And that's about it. Those are my wrestling history, my wrestling birthdays, and my pulp culture and sports history for today, June the 5th, Sunday, June the 5th, 2022. Subscribe to me, hit like, make a comment, video. I'm the Godfather of Soul, Justin Lewis Fleming. And later on tonight, I'll make a Hell in a Cell rant tonight. A big Hell in a Cell rant after the pay-per-view event is over. WWE Hell in a Cell 2020, Hell in a Cell 2022. I'm going to call it Hell in a Shell 2022. My little rant for tonight. So catch you later. I'll see all of you in a few hours, a few minutes after Hell in a Cell 2022 is over when I'll make a rant. So have a good evening. And tomorrow morning I'll be doing my little sports, wrestling history, and wrestling birthdays, and pulp wrestling history. And yeah, I believe pulp culture. I think for Monday, June 6, 2020. Monday, June 6, 2022. So have a good evening. Peace. I'm out of here. I'll see you later tonight. And I'll be back later on tonight here on YouTube for my little Hell in a Shell rant tonight. So see you in a bit. I'm the Godfather of Soul, Justin Lewis Fleming. Peace.